But yesterday, yesterday one girl came in a form of an attack.
Okay.
I was on the train, and I've never felt like this before, but I was feeling like so drained and weak. It's like I was fighting to stay awake. I was thinking, what's going on? I was like, I just need to go home and pray, blah, blah, blah. Get to the station now. I'm at the station. I'm waiting for my train. This girl's looking at me and she's like licking her lips. I'm thinking,
no.
I said, cool, calm. No, I can't. I'm listening to music. In my ears, I've got, I don't want anyone else. You are my one. And then she said something to me. And I'm like, taking out my AirPods. Because I've got noise cancellation. I was like, are you talking to me? He goes, yeah, like I thought I saw you looking at me. So I'm just saying hi, innit?
No, wait, so she was moving to you.
She was moving to me.
Crazy, no, that's witchcraft,
bro. I said, she's like, yeah, I just got to you. I was like, oh yeah, hi. And she's like, what are you waiting for? I'm just waiting for my cab to go.
What? Oh, that's wild. And you know that's funny. It's the moment you're drained,
bro. I felt like the enemy was trying to drain me there. So when I got to that place, I'd be weak enough to not do anything. Because if I wanted to, that girl came at me.
But how?
And the fact is, I just spoke to my parents.
They went home.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you overcome? It? Like, what did you do in that moment to make
put back on the watch stronger my ears?
I hear it.
Was it?
I didn't even entertain the conversation. Every time she asked me a question, I didn't even ask it back.
I hear it. No, that's good. Shut off the conversation.
Put back my worship and I said, no, this is it. No, this is the enemy. And it's funny because just before, as I left the last service, somebody gave me a prophetic word. Watch out for the girls.
Mad. And you know what's crazy? You never think about watching out for the girls when you're in a relationship because it's easier because you're like
no, because relationships I feel like they really do give accountability.
Yeah, they do.
No, literally. Because if you cheat on your girl, TikTok will know, Twitter will know. Tyrone Junior cheating on his girl. No.
And I feel like because you're in ministry, the cost is too much for cheating.
Yeah. I thought that girl knew me. Mm-mm. So my first question was, have we met? Do we know each other?
Because that's normal.
So you probably feel like, it's probably similar like on...
Yeah, so that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought it was. And then she asked me for my name. So I was like, oh, so you don't even know? So I'm like thinking, no. Yeah. Get thee behind me.
My name is Jesus.
Yeah, I was ready to give her my Instagram. Go check who you've just come to message.
Be convicted, repent. Literally. Nah, because it's one of them ones where it's like, you think about the cost of what happens to everyone else.
Yeah.
Who loses the loyalty. Some people would actually walk away from the faith.
Facts. Based on Tyrone Junior in Ngoni has left.
That's why we say that there's so much attached. Like if I fall, if you fall, it's not just you.
It's peak.
And it'll come. It'll come at a point where you don't realize it's coming.
Yeah. No,
like Satan will catch you. Do you know things I've had? I don't know if you've had these ones before, but me, there are times where I'll be on Instagram scrolling, then I'll see something. Like it's like for some reason it just comes up on
yeah.
And then it will provoke me in a way. Yeah, I have to speak in tongues.
No, facts. Oh,
and it's like during these times where it's like the flesh will literally say just send a thought, be like, yo, you can watch porn, you know, that's just your bedroom.
Facts.
Just you,
bro. We were talking to our SF on when he came from Heathrow, and we were just talking about how there's some people you just have to start unfollowing. Yeah, because the way they dress is actually unacceptable.
Like I'll explain when you're in church, but right now,
girls, go check. I've unfollowed you. If you just, I've unfollowed you,
bro. Even
I'm married now,
bro. Show them again.
Nah, because some of these girls, it's wild. Like they will be like actually half naked.
Yeah,
and they think this is acceptable to come up on my page. No, like not even because I'm married, but for my purity. Yeah. Like as you said, it can provoke you.
That's why for me, one thing I did, I deleted Twitter.
I didn't like Twitter in the first place. I never went on it.
Because I've never had Twitter. There's no amount of blocking or whatever you could do. Obviously, you could put your safe search on and you can hide certain things, but somebody would think Twitter's algorithm is not like Instagram. Instagram, if you follow somebody, those are the only things that come on your feed. Twitter's algorithm is kind of like a TikTok. It's random. You get stuff based on your followers, who you follow, who they follow, and follow. Trending. So if I'm following you and you like something,
okay,
what you like now comes on my feed, and it tells me this is what Ngoni just liked. So somebody can like, and people have liked him.
No,
I have followed those people.
Yeah, no, you have to though. You have to, because it actually, it's a gateway, and people don't understand. We have to guard our gateways, because if we don't, then it will just be a spiral trail to when we're weak. Yeah. And then when we're weak, it's like,
because what people don't understand is the enemy is, he's patient.
Very, very patient.
If you actually read scripture, he actually first planted the thoughts for Judas to betray Jesus time before.
Just crazy, yeah.
He will wait and wait. He'll do it in implements.
Hit you.
He'll do it in January. No, and if you're not careful, by November, that's when the fruits of it will show.
It's one of them.
That's 9 months. My God.
Yeah. It's like how Jesus says that, which one of you, before going to battle, don't sit down to calculate the cost against another nation. I think
so good.
The way Satan does it is one of them is where he's programming you in advance.
Yeah.
This one, that one. And it starts off so innocent. Just, God told you shouldn't talk to that person, but you entertain the convo for long.
No, literally.
How far does he compromise?
Yeah.
Put a wrong video on his screen. How long does it take him before he swipes off?
Yeah.
Then before you know it, boom.
Right.
Like you said before, like backsliding is, it doesn't just happen.
It's gradual.
It's building.
It's gradual. Have you guys ever had a conversation, like maybe somebody in your, like, has come to your ministry, or like a girl, and talk about Christian, and you feel like the conversation is like too flirtatious?
Yeah.
Like, as in, you feel the spirit of flirting. Like, as in, it's like you have to cut that conversation. No, seduction is a spirit, and some girls don't even know they carry it.
It's
no, and some
it's a spirit.
I know someone that did know they carried it.
No, but it's crazy though, because have you ever been around those people, and it's like a magnet is trying to pull you, and you're like, Shekete eleferia. You get all your armor brothers and say, this is when I need them.
They're like Joseph, can you tell me about the book of James? Like, don't say James, James.
Oh, and then they touch you.
Yeah.
No, I'll be so real, yeah.
Oh.
No, literally.
Have you been going to the gym?
No, literally.
You're not just spiritually fit.
If I just tell you, don't be so mean when you're preaching. Yeah.
Or they'll come and be like, why was you looking at me like that when you were preaching?
No,
I was not looking at you.
Literally. Did you have a message for me? I saw you when
I felt like you have a correct word for me. Our eyes locked. Our eyes locked.
The whole set.
Yeah.
Or they say hun.
Evangelist, you never call me. Next time we're gonna fight. We're gonna.
No, you know them was when they like message you on Insta and they're like hun.
Khalifa.
Or no worries. Like, I don't know who I was speaking to. Somebody. It was the other day.
Or the darling.
Not even the darling. Somebody was like, "Yeah, it's fine, babe." Huh?
God, no, reveal.
Babe,
no,
I don't know them.
No, can I see it?
I don't know them. It was face to face.
No.
That's the first time I've met this, and she was surfing on the team somewhere.
Oh, that's so awkward, fam.
Babe,
fam.
Nah,
it's like it's alright, babes.
That's wild. But you notice these things, if you let them slide, as you said, 2 years later,
festers up.
Then you're like,
do you know what it is, yeah? Someone here is like, it's just they're just being legalistic, or like,
or like I said,
yeah, being too spiritual.
You're being too religious. Now somebody's called being too religious.
I'm religious. I'm even holy. No, I want to be religious. I'm too religious. I am. Yeah. I'm gonna wear an R on my top.
Yeah, religious.
I am too religious. Yes.
I'm religious.
I'm about to make new
I'm a religious person.
I'm religious. Yeah.
Let's make it in brand. I'm religious.
Let's be religious.
Like, there's prophecy of me, so I have to be religious.
I have to.
If it means that I don't go to the club like you, if it means that I don't drink and get drunk like you, then I'm religious.
If that's what it means to not be religious, then gel me.
Like, deep it.
Because people have lost it. Any small bit of compromise that you say no to, you're religious.
No facts.
And what when they say you're religious, what they mean is you take your Christianity too seriously.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that?
No, literally.
Christians just need to chill sometimes. And by chill, they mean they need to turn off their discernment.
Yeah.
They need to turn off their spiritual sensitivity.
Facts. Yeah.
You don't have to discern
They
everything.
need to turn off their awareness to what God has called them to.
So what's it called? Have you ever been asked this question? When you say you're a Christian, are you a serious Christian? That question irritates me. Am I a serious Christian? Am I like a mediocre Christian? Why the hell are you asking that question?
Why
there should only be one type.
Because of the spiritual ranking.
There shouldn't even be a serious Christian. Christians should be serious.
No, literally, you came to the service, you came to all night, and you're asking me that question.
What type of Christian are you? How serious are you? What does that mean? How serious I am?
What?
Cut me open. I bleed Jesus. That's how.
Come on.
That's how serious I am.
Love that.
Literally.
Love that. I bleed Jesus.
Squeeze me. There's word juice that comes out.
literally.
If
Revelation.
you get into one conversation, somehow it's gonna come into the conversation.
We don't switch it off.
A scripture might come in.
But do you know what I realised? Do you know what I realised? Yeah, a lot of Christians, they'll entertain a convert if it's to do with something they didn't like in the church. But if it's scriptures and just revelation, they'll say, nah, that's deep. But anyways, and they change the subject.
It's true.
Like, do you know that there's actually not a lot of Christians you can sit down with just to chop the word for hours.
You can't chop what you don't have.
That's true.
I think, and especially like with the culture of prayer that's arising, which I think is great and it's amazing. I love to pray. It's like, I know there are people that they can pray 10 hours. They can pray a few hours. They pray every day about that Bible is rusty.
No, literally.
That's divination, huh?
Facts.
Nah, so
facts.
Because
you're as good as a witch.
Call it out. Because they practice fasting as well.
They know.
I told that somebody the other day and they were shocked. I said, no, witch practice fasting.
I was saying this before, like, yo, fasting is not spiritual. People don't get it.
Yeah.
People think fasting is spiritual. Yo, scientifically, they prescribe fasting to you.
No, literally.
Even in
fasting
workouts,
is just disciplining the flesh.
Like when I started going to gym, I saw it was like try some intermediate fasting.
It's one of the most health like things that are going around.
To health benefit.
Yeah.
But it's just that at that moment in time, because the flesh is quiet, you're more aware spiritually.
Yes.
So people think, fasting is going to move God. No. Fasting moves you into alignment.
Into a place. Yes, no, that's good.
That's what makes it spiritual. What you do as you're fasting. Because a gym rat fasts, but it's not spiritual. But when I fast, I do it to align myself. When a witch fasts, they do it to align themselves too.
So if you find yourself that you're praying these hours and you're not reading the word, I don't know how you're praying because you have no faith.
And no place to align yourself to.
Because the Bible says.
Oh yes, I know.
Faith comes by hearing by the word.
Yeah,
and good. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. The evidence. So you have no word, you have no evidence. How are you going to the court session?
There's certain.
Why are you going? How are you?
There's certain types of purging and cleansing that comes to the body through the word.
Facts.
So if you haven't been in the word, the Bible says that your word, the Lord, I've kept in my heart. That's what David says in Psalms. That I might not sin against you.
No, it's facts. No, it's true.
Meaning that one of the remedies against sin is the word.
Do you know what? Yeah, someone brought this up in convo. I think it's so real. Christians that don't have the power to say no. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Someone comes up to you now, and they're a Christian, and they're effing and jeffing, and they laugh about it. Have you ever tried? Do you know what I find funny? Has this ever happened to you? Has someone ever had the chance to just hang around with you like after ministration and then, and then they try and engage you in a way to see if you're flesh like their flesh?
Yeah, no.
Like I won't rebuke you there and then, like for the nonsense you're saying.
Like I won't air you.
Yeah.
No, literally. Fact. Me personally, I become irritated by stuff like that. Yesterday, I was playing football and the guy's not saved, or I don't know if he's saved or not, but the way he was swearing, he's not saved. But like, as in, he was swearing like every sentence.
Mad.
And it was irritating me. Like, honestly, I was getting so annoyed, like within my spirit. I even stopped passing the ball to him because I was like, every time you're saying my name, you're saying with the F word at the end. Like, what? Pass the ball. I'm like, nah. Like, you get worn down and you're like, nah. This is.
I think many people are brought into a Christianity that it's not biblical.
No, literally.
Because what you find great or what you find normal in your Christianity, I look at it and I wonder
what is going on. There's no conviction. Because these things weren't taught to us, not necessarily all of them. These things were found when we read our Bible.
Do you know what I think as well?
God.
Literally.
Do you know what I think? Yeah, deeper than the lack of reverence for the things of God. I think one thing which I've noticed when we talk about the environment and upbringing of Christians in the West and Christians in Africa, I think one advantage why you normally see supernatural expressions and spirituality more freely than in African churches is it's a moral thing.
Yeah.
In Africa, it was choose God or choose a deity,
that's good.
or go to the world.
Yeah.
Whereas in the West, it was New Age, your own belief, atheism. You don't get the privilege of atheism in Africa. I mean, even because it's too risky, bro.
It's too risky.
Spirituality is too openly done.
One.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's like you're either dedicated to the shrine or to the altar of God. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's because witchcraft here wear suits and ties.
Exactly. And people will never discern it because they'll be like, oh, in UK they say I'm a white witch.
No,
you heard that one?
Literally,
it's like a white witch means like I do good spells sort of thing.
Yeah, no, fact.
Yeah, so like white witch is good spells.
Is a
in Nigeria,
a
witch kills people.
That's it.
No, but witch, there's no white witch, black witch, green witch, red. A witch is a witch.
Like in Africa, it's like, oh, like we cooked someone, we ate them to gain more power. That's it. So it's one of them just like there's that part I think which plays a toil definitely, or plays an aspect in terms of the spirituality part in churches in UK, churches in Africa. Because even in Africa, you'll normally see that sometimes there are many extra biblical practices to do with spirituality.
Yeah,
and that's based on superstition. And it's because of the sort of culture. And then in UK, there's this downplaying, and in the Western culture, even American stuff, it's no Holy Ghost, just smoke machines.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And people are okay with that. Just stick to the routine. That's what it is, just stick to the routine. Finish church on time. And they're happy. And second thing as well.
Keep the congregation happy.
And I think as well, even talk about the honor culture in those churches, you'll find that in UK church in the Western culture,
your bros with the pastor,
because it's your bros with the pastor, and hitting your child, social services in Africa, you're gonna hit your child is what it is.
It's do you know what I'm saying? Don't spare the rod.
And in sort of African culture, there's more of a it's more like a what I say goes. I want to call it not necessarily a dictatorship. But there's a submission mentality. Mentality.
Yeah, that's good.
Whereas in the UK and the West culture, there's this big democracy thing.
But
and they brought that into the church.
And that's the issue.
Equals.
And people don't understand that the kingdom of God is not a democracy.
It's not, and there's no equals.
Like evangelist, bro. Do you know the issue with calling evangelist, bro? It's not because we want you to call us evangelist. That's not my passport. But the issue is, subconsciously, that bro will start telling your flesh that he can't help it, he's just our brother.
No, yes, it's true.
Bro!
It's true.
It's true.
You find that
it's true.
This democracy mentality is coming because, like you said, we live in a Western world where we can vote Prime Minister, we can vote governors and all of these things. So we now take that mentality and even think in the body of Christ.
Yeah.
We have a say in some votings or how things should be done. And
what the funny thing is? That's how most churches in the UK are run.
Yeah.
The congregation votes their pastor every 4 years. Or every 10 years. No, it's
come back.
It's the truth. Like, if they don't like their pastor after 4 years, they vote them out.
That's left though. That's left.
It's peak. No, it's actually
that's left.
peak.
That's left. Like, there's no prophetic.
No.
There's no prayer or fasting done.
No,
because it's new to me. What is it? I don't know about that. Let's talk about that then.
Nah, we can talk about
it. So you like my minister?
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's have a vote.
Yeah.
Try and vote me out of chosen. Oh, sorry, no, I don't mean like that. I don't mean like that. No, listen, God bless.
No, but it's true because who put you there? How can you can't vote me out?
You can't.
You didn't put me in.
No, literally. And it shows the fact that, like, it's the way we listen to the need, like, we're trying to please people rather than to listen to what God is doing. So just because of one person, the whole church can change. Just because of one person, and it's wild, man. And I feel like we need to go into more of the African culture. But yeah,
it is. And I think when we even just that part there, when you talk about African culture, I think for people that are just thinking, oh, they're saying let's be African in church. It's what you're saying is it's the principles, right?
Yeah,
the richness of honor. Like in UK and in the Western culture, it's free expression.
Yeah.
But free expression has opened up too many wrong interpretations.
It's true.
Too many. Whereas in Africa, because there's, I don't want to call it a script, but there's an understanding of who God is.
Yeah.
Whoever's walking accurately, a whole herd will follow.
Yeah.
And they'll understand God through a man who lives accurately. But then whereas in the Western culture, whenever it's like, I do my thing, I do your thing, I do my thing, confusion.
And it's easier to correct when somebody's in the wrong. Because in Africa, most of the ministers, like, they can they can see, okay, cool, this one is walking in error. Okay, we can now work together to now make sure he's corrected or guide him back, or if he needs to be removed. But in the UK, because there's so much democracy, let you try to, like, go and tell a pastor in their own church, we think, like, imagine a group of pastors going to another pastor saying, like, we think you should do this. They won't hear it. In Africa, they see that as an honor. What, Apostle Joshua Selman has come to correct me.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Like, he's taken his time to come from.
But in the West, it's like, the way he spoke to me, though. Nah, he's proud. He's proud.
Never. He's ever come to back. Never going to invite him again. I think we need a whole.
But like, I think, like, even.
Reset, man.
Like, I remember I heard this one thing in it about. And I'm just giving this as an example of how extreme the lack of honor for leaders and even just what's happening in the Western culture of things has come. You can say that maybe this individual needs more grounding and principling in the Word of God, but I think generally it just says a lot about, you know, the way things are being taught. So someone's like, they're an instrumentalist. Cool, I understand some people get, like, charged for what they're doing and stuff. I have no issue, okay? But charge your home church to play, like, where you're fed. So God who blessed you and gifted you, there's nowhere where you can just pour out freely.
Yeah, that's good.
Because at least if you're going to another church, you might be like, that's not my church. I don't have to be there.
Facts,
that's your vision.
And so this person, if they don't get paid, they don't turn up on that Sunday.
They're not playing.
That's wild.
Wait, what?
That's wild.
It's like,
they're not playing.
Freely I have received, freely I give.
Nah, they're
at one place at least.
But would they still go to church and just not play, or would they just not go to church at all?
No, but I want to ask that person.
But it's even like
can I ask that person a question?
Go on.
Does he pay the pastor to receive the sermon every Sunday? No, I actually want to ask that person that.
Yeah, we have to.
Basically, that person gets paid to go to church.
He's not.
That's what you're saying.
Even say too many things.
They get paid.
That's wild.
They have to pretty much they have to be bribed to go to church at that point.
So instead of even them paying the membership fee, the church is paying their membership.
No, literally. You know what? Okay, let's say this. Let me flip it on the head. Yeah, let me be the devil's advocate here. Maybe the church needs to do better at blessing instrumentalists, like, without them asking, because maybe he was pushed to the edge. And I'm not saying I agree. I'm just trying to think maybe how he's thinking. Maybe he was pushed to the edge for 1-2 years, and he's like, nah, man, like, I'm coming here every time, and I'm not even getting a.
But I hear that, but your home church.
It's your home church. That's what I'm trying to think. Like, no, I actually can't. Sorry,
I can't.
Forget everything I just said. No, I don't agree with that. No,
like,
it's just
Like, since when did that become
a thing?
And it goes back to our issue where it's like we romance God, we don't reverence Him anymore.
That's good.
In the sense where it's like there has to be something in it for me.
Yeah.
Is this culture of what am I getting back? 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 I won't do nothing unless something's being done to me. And we've brought that principle to church, and we brought it with God. It's like, I'm not gonna give an offering seed because what's it gonna bring back to me?
Do you know what I've noticed as well? Sorry, just even on that point there about what am I getting from it, and on this thing of like the lack of honor and stuff. I've noticed this thing as well where it's like, people will come to meetings and that. Cool, we pour out. We're supposed to help God's people in that. But then people would like treat you as if you're like some sort of like, I don't know, like you're like a what do you call it? Like, what are they called? Like a social worker or something, and like you're on a salary for it. Like they have to, like they're entitled to your time.
No, literally.
And it's like there's no respect. It's like, once you help me, I'm out. That's it.
No, literally.
There's no care for you.
Talk about that.
Just give me the gift.
And
it's abuse, you know.
Going back.
It's abuse.
Give me that prophetic word, like hurry up.
And
like I'm a vending machine.
And this
comes back, you get a prophecy out.
This goes back to me to come Sunday. If you don't tell me to come on Sunday, I'm not coming.
No, literally. This goes back to the African thing. I promise you, if a Nigerian comes and asks you Ngoni or you Tyrone for a meeting, they'll come with a seed. Or an African, they'll come with a seed. Why? Because they understand that it will not provoke you, but it'll provoke heaven to do something. They know it's not just a seed. It's beyond that. But they also value the fact that you're not you have taken your week to be praying. You have taken your time to be organizing this, and for you to even give me 10 minutes of your time is valuable. It's because they see it. But in the UK, they just see, oh, you're just the same as me.
But the UK will say, now that's worshipping the pastor.
Literally. No.
Just funny, yeah. I'm so sorry, but I don't care. I'll just say it. You see people, for example, like maybe you call for an offering in it, and then I've seen times where, like, let's say someone say, okay, cool, £200. Not God said give £200, but just okay, those that can sow 200 whatever.
Yeah.
And I see how much contemplation and how long it takes people to come.
No.
And I think, okay, so what's happening here? It's not worth 200.
Yeah.
It's no one's eternity is being saved here.
No facts.
Your university degree was 30,000.
Yeah.
You paid for it. You don't even do that job. You clean toilets now.
Jesus.
And you don't count that as robbery.
Yeah.
No,
Then the person that labored in the word, they were used by God. Some people's generational curses were broken.
Facts.
A family that hadn't seen a child for 10 years, finally a child comes through.
Facts.
Marriages that were broken, they're restored.
Yeah.
Facts.
The daughter that was suicidal was delivered.
Facts.
The dead were raised. Cancer cleansed, all these things. And just to honor what God's doing in their house, they have to be not even manipulated. Literally have to push to something like, okay, guys, let's partner. We want to continue helping God's people.
And you know what it is?
Yo.
It's the culture of Thanksgiving. We don't have it in the UK.
They don't.
In
and
any other
Jewish
culture, if you get
tradition,
healed,
they have it.
You come back with Thanksgiving. If a miracle happens, I come back with Thanksgiving.
And there's a difference between giving thanks and thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving means to give something with your thanks. There must be something that you're giving with your thanks.
I think the one that I like is when people say, I find it so interesting. People say, to be honest, I don't like giving to church because, like, I don't know what the pastor's doing. So if I'm giving to church, I need to know what the pastor's doing. Okay, cool. But when you gave to the homeless man, you didn't know that he spent that £20 on cocaine. And because of the £20 you gave him, he sniffed that cocaine. He had a heart attack. Like, who knows? Like, you know how the story ended.
And most churches, if you go to the accountant, they'll actually open up the books for you.
They will.
But have that person that's probably on TikTok talking, they've probably never even gone to their pastor and said, oh, I just want to know what's going on. Because that's a normal thing. When all these millionaires want to sow into a church, they're not going to just sow. But you're going to ask, open up your book.
They pay a subscription to Netflix. Do you know what Netflix is?
Fam.
Do you know where Netflix took your money?
Fam. It's because people don't get they were low. They were no. It's a burden, fam. It's a burden, and it's not like we're saying, "Oh, give us something." I don't care about your money, fam. God will look after us.
Yeah.
The point is, I'm trying to understand what is it that someone thinks that your £50 that because they say £50 we should roll on the floor.
No facts. No facts. It's true.
Like as if what we're doing is worth 50. You can't put a price on it.
Facts.
Yeah.
You can't.
If your marriage was ending, or your house was seeing utter calamity, and then God sends us as a vessel. And then we minister, and then there's restoration. People say, "Oh, but it's God that did it." Okay, let us not come as if we're not messengers.
But you know what?
There are people that God sends.
It's because the West has sold us the free gospel, which is amazing. The gospel's free, but they don't understand that everything else costs.
Can I?
There's a Cornelius that's been sent.
You know what? I actually corrected somebody when they said that. The gospel isn't free. You just didn't pay the price.
Yeah.
No facts.
Because you were purchased. You were purchased by the blood of Jesus.
So nothing's actually free. It's like if I take you out to a dinner and I pay for your meal.
It was never free.
You ate for free. Doesn't mean the meal was free. There's a cost. It's a cost. But now you just didn't have to pay the cost. Everything that we do, even
he pays the first installment fee.
I was saying in one of our services, you come to the service for free. But there's a cost. You don't know what we've paid to put on for this and that. And sometimes when giving us even amount to it, it's coming from people's own. There's a cost.
It's like, for example, the science tutor or the economics lecturer. People will say, "Oh, but what you're doing, it's free because the word is free." Meanwhile, they paid for their Bible, but okay, they don't consider that part. Point is, the economics lecturer and the science teacher, they studied and labored to teach it.
Yeah.
there's someone who's gone far with God. They lost themselves whilst you're still doing carnage in the world, so that they can go witness a pure gospel with clean hands, so you can be reconciled back to truth.
Facts.
And it's like that person, they're not worthy of honor.
No, literally.
But it's everything else
that we can pay for,
it's being paid for.
It's facts.
And it's edifying the flesh.
And joy it's a spirit of entitlement.
We
think we're entitled.
Entitled to your time.
We think and no.
Everything is free. Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love that what Prophet Tommy said? Prophet Tommy said, which I love so much. He said God told him that fool is spelled FREE.
Yeah.
It's true.
True. Deep. It's true, man.
Entitlement has. And I was saying, and then it enters the church, and then it's entered people's relationship with God. So even now, people are. Somebody won't give God their morning to pray, their afternoon to pray, their evening to pray. By the end of the month, they're entitled that something somewhere should happen in their life. And I'm not out here trying to say that you have to do this and God will do that. That's not what I'm trying to say, but. We've lost sacrifice because we become entitled. So it's like we don't see the value of sacrificing anything because we think they should sacrifice for us.
I genuinely feel that there's really a mistreatment towards leaders.
There is
in the ministry.
There is.
And I think one of the things that we see is, for example, Paul said, he said, "Not that I'm looking for a gift." But that it may be accredited to your heavenly account.
Yeah.
And when he's saying that when I'm asking you to give, it's not because I'm broke. I'm helping you.
Yes, that's good.
For you to understand that some of the things that you're being led to do, because you still have, the lover of money is the person that can't give it.
Yeah.
They understand that what you're doing is you're helping them.
Yeah, it's true.
But then they feel as though you're robbing.
Yeah, facts.
And so this entitlement mentality of, for example, I've heard of people where it's like, if they don't get a level of support from a leader, right? Bearing in mind, that's your only mentor, but you're not their only mentee.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't get a level of time given.
Yeah.
And then it's because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And they still have a family, they still have a life.
It's
like if people don't understand that actually leaders need to actually be able to do time with their family, do time with other mentees, do time with other people, get time to rest, but everybody's entitled to like their time.
And sometimes,
and they're not even adding it to it.
So sometimes leaders, what they have to do is they have to do what Eli did. Sometimes tell Samuel to go back to his God. After God's called 3 times, send the people back to God.
That's good.
But when you do that, it's you're being rude, you're being disrespectful, you're being. It's like if I have a phone call with 10 people today. Let's say I'm calling 10 different persons. To you might feel like you're the only one.
Yeah.
There's 8 others that have
8 others. Yeah.
Or you might be my 9th phone call.
And
you don't know. I've just gone through 6 hours with 8 other people.
And I have to have the same energy.
And I have to have the same energy to come to you. And then I've still got one more. I remember one time, somebody I was asking to call me, but I was on a phone call with somebody else. And I was like, I'm going to call you back. I haven't spoken to this person in a long time. And so, phone call's going, the person's messaging me like, hurry up, man. Like, why is it taking long? And blah, blah, blah.
What?
Gosh.
I'm thinking, what?
Hurry up.
I was like, I think, but when it's you wouldn't want me to hurry up.
But it's because you're a man. You're the man of God, so you have to.
Because you're waiting for me. So now I should leave somebody else that I'm helping or something.
There's some things. If we ever told like people like Apostle Arome, Apostle Joshua, someone, they'll look at us like, "What? This is possible?"
Yeah.
And anyway, guys,
May the Lord give us understanding.
May the Lord give us understanding, guys. Let's end this episode here. It's been awesome to be. This is episode. I don't know what episode this is, but we've been going for a while.
Just a good catch up.
Yeah, they're literally we've been going for a while, but guys, subscribe, man.
I don't know if you'll see all of it, but what you do see, enjoy.
Just know you this was
whatever we're willing to share.
No, literally subscribe,
like, share, comment, follow the Instagram
Tag us.
page. TikTok page.
Yeah, literally.
It's
all gonna be down here. I've always wanted to do this, you know.
There's no.
It's gonna be down here.
3, 2, 1.
The Facebook page.
Facebook.
Yeah, tag us. Follow our personal page.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on Facebook.
Joseph Njuru.
When did we get on
Tyrone
Facebook?
Junior.
I didn't know it was on Facebook.
I think he's prophesying.
Oh, and Ngoni.
No one really uses Facebook. But I'm on Facebook.
That's
You're on
we should
Facebook?
we should use it. We should use Facebook, I think.
But it attracts another generation.
It's true.
In the WhatsApp group chat.
The aunties and the uncles can see what I'm doing. They know that I'm still on the path of the Lord.
And with the seeds.
Yeah, guys, shalom.
Shalom.